Claude launched Opus 4.1 model, and we are going to test that in 4 different prompts. Yesterday it launched with these models, beating all the previous models in coding. The pro case for using Opus 4.1 is for using agentic frameworks like Windsurf, Cursor, or something like that. So here you can see all the benchmarks here, but we are going to test that out in our benchmarks. For the pro users, it's still not available yet on the Claude Code, as I cannot change the models yet, and it's available in the OpenRouter API key. So as you can see here, I am using the open code here. So there's an option to change my model to Claude Opus 4.1, and they also added 2 more models, which is GPT-OSS 20 billion and 120 billion, which we are going to do next video. The pricing is so steep. So as you can see, the input coin is 15 million and 75 million is output tokens. It's crazy. And also the input image is about $24 per K. As you can see here, they have enabled that inside the Claude Pro. So let's get started with the simulator. So this is the gigantic prompt which I have prepared, break down into 4 parts, which is the first is the role, the problem, implementation, reasoning, and the testing and the security. This is the first prompt, and let me copy and paste that here and press enter. So let's wait for the output here. Okay, so it's done. So let's test this out. First, we need to start the simulation. We have these control, simulation speed, maximum ticks, and something like that. Let's click on this start. And yes, it started playing it. So it is already solved. Ecosystem simulation. As you can see, number of tick, the plants, and the prey. So prey are in this blue dots again, and the plants are keep growing and decreasing, and there's a predator as well. So predator has been gone, and if you click on the reset again, I click on the start again, as you can see. So there's the predator, prey, and plants. This is the ecosystem simulation that happened right here. It's also added the graph here. So plant is winning right now. This is about the simulation. I'm quietly impressed because it worked just at the one go. And let's go to the next, which is about the game. We are on 4.1, so it also eat all the rate limits, and let's see how far it goes. So it written about 1200, 1300 lines of code for the simulation. And now going to the next is about the game. So this is a pretty standard game that any bot can do, but it has a complexity in its implementation. You can check the prompts out in the description box. So Opus 1 is selected. I'm afraid it's not going to end so well because Opus 1 is crazy expensive and it's going to rate limit soon. Anyway, let's see how it's going to perform. So wait for that. Okay, I reached my limit for the day. So it did create the implementation, also the testing scenarios, which is great. If we go into some, let me copy this code. After I paste that, there are many problems to the code. As you can see here, there are also code problem in the game itself, and I use Windsurf's Solid 4 model to fix that, and it did it completely. Anyway, let's play our game. Let me copy these files just like that and going to the terminal and launch our game, Python 3. There you go. So welcome to the Battleship Game. So place your carrier. So we have this board 10 by 10. So from the ABCD complete this. So we need to place our carrier here. Let's just give it a random name like SC5 horizontal. So as you can see, it's there. Now I need to place my battleship and so there you go. Legend, enter the target coordinates. Okay, so now there's the opponent board. Enter the target coordinate, opponent's coordinate. And so I have placed my ships. Now I need to see where my opponent's placements are. Okay, let's see. So target coordinates, I assume it's on the A1. So error code. We got our errors, 3 errors, I think. Yeah, there you go. We have our 2 prompts left. First is the app, which is a booking system. I will use the Opus 4.1 inside the open code. So 4.1 is selected, as you can see here. Let me copy and paste that particular prompt. And before doing that, let me show you the credits. We have about $17, and let's see how much I'm gonna eat that with the help of the Claude Opus 4. It will give you an overview of how much it is going to cost to build such apps. So let me give you this overview of this prompt. It's about develop a booking system for co-working space with these constraints. Multiple location users can book room for the time slots. Let me copy this, paste that here. And there you go. So let's just wait for the out. Okay, so it's done. And as you can see here, it created the website, but it has some issues that I need to solve. It took 51,000 tokens and around $34 to create this app. Oh my God. Okay, let's test this out. Okay. So this is the credential it is given me with three type of credentials. First is the admin, manager, and the member. Because it's a booking website, there will be a member, manager, and admin. I've created just the backend server. That's it. So let me just copy this admin as example. Let's log in with the admin one. And it does have, so let's log in. As you can see, this is the dashboard. If you click on the my booking, there's no my booking. So these available rooms here is for the admin is quite good. If I want to book this particular room for some guest, I can do that from my admin panel here. The date is working. Let's book it for 27 and the start time is this and duration, for example, 8 hours. And this is the cost and confirm booking. And let's check the other one out, which is manager role. So this is the manager's email, how it's going to look. There you go. This is the manager dashboard. If I want to book anything from here, for example, I want to book for 1 hour. It says booking created successfully. If I go to my booking, there is booking. So it is fully functional backend dashboard for our booking system for our co-working space. It's really good. And okay, so if I want to cancel that, can it do that? Yes, cancel the booking, going to the available rooms. Everything is working just like here. We can change the date for which one is available. There's also approval required. If I click on confirm, it cannot create the booking in the past. Booking has been created. It also created the booking. So if I want to cancel that, it can simply cancel that as well. It also shows that it canceled. So this is quite good for now. Let's see, the last is for the member. Okay, so available room. If I'm a member, I want to book some guest for my co-working space. Can I do that? I want to book that for 2 hours. I want my coffee espresso at 9:15 a.m. That's it. This is the note. It says the location is closed. Okay. So let's click on the one app. So it may be a backend configuration for just the demo app. So booking created successfully. It still required approval. And let's see if it's added to the admin or manager. Let's add the manager one. So if it's in the approval section or not. And there is the API. There is one which we have selected from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I want my coffee espresso at this. So it's fully working co-working space. This is mind-blowing, to be honest. Even for the $37, it completed my fully functioning co-working space booking website. It's seriously good. The next is about the dashboard, which I'm not going to use because it is more complex than what we have built until now. It may cost around $60 or $70, which I'm not going to spend. Maybe if I have 1 million subscribers, I will do that in the future. But right now, this is all about it. So if you want to support us, do check out promptstub.com and buy that prompt book for yourself, which is around 20,000 plus prompts. And there are internet automation templates, video templates, and there's much more which add value to your AI journey. Anyway, that's Opus 4.1. I really looking forward to it. And next, I will be using the open code to test OpenAI's 120 billion open model. For that, need to subscribe, watch the next